Yep.
Hey, it's Aaron from GameEnthus.com, and this is Tales from Space, Mutant Blob Attacks. I put an S on that, didn't I? Mutant Blob Attack. Excuse me. Watch this exposition. I'll be right with you. I'm just going to talk anyway since yeah, we have a bunch of mutant blobs from outer space being subjected to experimentation, and torture, mutilation, so on and so forth. And with many revolutions, often it takes one person to get things going. Spike blob right here. That seems like an homage to blob. Should be a quick one, but I know. So he escapes. So all his buddies escape. And now they all have to get out of here. And he hides in a backpack. And there we have it. Alright, so Mutant Blob Attack came out for the Vita, I think right at launch. I don't know if it was like day and date when it came out, but fairly soon into the PlayStation Vita's life. And I played on the Vita, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was a very fun game, and I was very pleasantly surprised to see that DrinkBox Studios decided to put it out for the home consoles. That just makes sense. There was nothing about the touchscreen that I couldn't imagine. There's nothing about being on the Vita I couldn't imagine wouldn't work on a console. Although in a moment I'll mention one particular type of stage and control mechanic that I'm not sure how that works on a system without a controller with some kind of tilt control. But we'll get to that in a moment. So in the game you want to eat as many objects as possible. You can only consume objects that are, I guess, smaller than you. You can't consume objects that are larger than you. In many levels, the object is to grow in size. So you can eat objects like that cork that enable you to progress further into the level. You eat the blue things too. They give you points as well. There's some funny stuff always going on in the background. People sleeping, doing goofy human things. Just a wide variety of moves as well. Like that. I always miss that one right there, going through this series of tubes. Not the internet though. So you see in the background nice kicks at Nike. Just always Reg Trip. There's often some little fun humor to be found. I'm a big fan of platformers, so this definitely is a game that is right up my alley. And when the white guy's hand comes out and tells you it's okay to go, you can go. We'll talk about that later. Yeah, I got silver. Alright. Could have done better. So as you progress through the game, you will learn how to use a wide variety of abilities. You have some telekinesis that you can use, as you've just seen. You use the right analog stick to actually get that to function, which works pretty well. You can switch between the objects, so you're not really confusing yourself on what object you're focusing on. One of the bonuses in the game is that you have mini levels, and the mini levels use, at least on the PS3 version and the Vita as well, obviously, you use the 6-axis functionality. So you use the tilt controls to allow the blob to maneuver to get to the end of the level. This game is also available on the 360, so I'm not sure. I guess you just use the analogs for that because there are no motion, unless I'm pretty sure you don't use Connect or anything, because that wouldn't even work. I couldn't even imagine that. So I guess you use the analog sticks. I don't know. I only played it on the PS3, so I can't say. And you can die. Don't do that. The music as well. It often repeats, but it fits. So I like that. I just wanted to share that with everybody listening. Assuming anybody is listening. Is anybody listening? So the levels get kind of crazy as you continue on, requiring you to use many of your abilities, often one right after the other, in order to get to the end of the level. One of the power-ups or abilities is you begin, your blob can be, you can enter an area where you're full of gas, and you just, I believe you hit the X button in order to propel yourself with the gas. And you can essentially fly, and as you continue to gather items in order to increase your size and rescue your mutant blob buddies who you recently liberated. Uh-oh. See? That's what you get. There's one of them now. A lifetime to get them. You kind of eat them too, but maybe it's that friendly, it's the altruistic kind of eating your friend. I don't know how that works. This is yet another of the mini levels. They all tend to have a different type of aesthetic, which is kind of cool. So you're not like the same thing. I mean, there's a lot of variety here. I mean, you're on the campus, you're outside, you're like in a military area, you're in space, a spaceship. So it takes you through a lot of different things. And the challenge is there. You can always eat enough food, get to the end, but if you want to really do everything, you have to you think in every level there's at least there's usually 2 of your blob buddies, and you can rescue them as well. Some of them, they're not really out in the open, but some are really well hidden, and you wouldn't even realize they were there. Because some areas you don't think you could reach. Once you get the ability that I'm showing here, that allows you to attract yourself to certain metal objects and also repel yourself from those objects, you can use those abilities to gain access to other parts of the level that just don't seem possible. So there's a lot of variety in the game. I think it's $6.99 or $7.99 on PSN and the Xbox Live Arcade. It's a great game. I'd highly recommend it if you like platformers, and you have a sense of humor, definitely. So that is Mutant Blob. Tails from Space, Mutant Blob Attack, with 3 exclamation points. Count them, 3. So that's it for me.